So you're thinking about moving to Sandy Springs, Georgia because it offers a mix of city and suburban living? Well, you're at the right place because we're going to pull back the curtain into everything that makes Sandy Springs such an attractive place to live. In today's video, we're going to be showing you the Sandy Springs area. If you love outdoors, you're going to love Sandy Springs. There's several different parks and trails here. You have access to the Chattahoochee River. If you'd like to go out to restaurants and try all types of food, you have several different restaurants right here in Sandy Springs because of the diverse group of people that live here. We'll also be looking at the Sandy Springs Business Hub that hosts national and global companies. When it comes to housing, Sandy Springs offers a variety of single-family communities with amenities. Also, if you're looking for townhomes or condos, you also have several different communities here which really cater to different budgets and lifestyles. So by the end of the video, our goal is to provide you all the information that you need to know if Sandy Springs is the right place for you and your family. So let's check it out. Let's jump on the map here. Let's take a look at Sandy Springs, Georgia. This is going to be the suburb that we're going to be discussing today here on our map tour. It's outlined in red here on the map. You can see where it's located in regards to Atlanta. It's directly north of Atlanta. Just want to zoom in here a little bit more so you can see Sandy Springs in regards to the outline. Sandy Springs is located in Fulton County. Also in 2005, Sandy Springs was incorporated as an official city, and it became the third largest city in Georgia at that time. And as we talk to our buyers that have moved to Sandy Springs, we always like to get feedback from them to see what they liked about the area that they moved to. And one of the main things that we hear from our buyers that have moved to Sandy Springs is that they really enjoy the mix of city and suburban life that Sandy Springs has to offer for the residents that live there. And what that means is that we have a lot of people who look at different parts of Atlanta. They look at the city of Atlanta and they said that, like city life, but it's just a little bit too overcrowded, just too much congestion, just too much going on there, but still enjoy the city life. And then they might look at areas a little north of Sandy Springs like Roswell, maybe Woodstock, Marietta. They might even go up to Alpharetta, even Cumming, Georgia, and also over to Woodstock, and they come back down to Sandy Springs, and they enjoy the Sandy Springs because the great thing about Sandy Springs, as I share with you, it does also offer a suburban living. I'm going to grab my pen here so you can sort of see what areas I'm describing. So if you're looking at some homes online, you're like, Matthew, we want to check out the parts of Sandy Springs that is more of a suburban type of feel. We would tell you to check out homes more in the northern part of Sandy Springs, like in these areas here. And for those of you who are saying, hey Matthew, we want to have more of a city feel in Sandy Springs, we would tell you to check out the southern part of Sandy Springs, which is this area here, even this area here, close to the downtown area. That would give you a good overview of the different type of houses, especially if you're looking for housing online, you're just trying to figure out what part of Sandy Springs should I take a look at. Those would be the best parts if you're looking for suburban life or if you're looking for a city life type of feel. Okay, I always like to show the viewers what's the distance from the suburb that we're going to be talking about from the city of Atlanta, so you know what your drive time will be if you did have to drive into the city of Atlanta to work, or if you just want to drive into the city of Atlanta to visit, enjoy the city life for the day or the evening. Right now, if you left Sandy Springs, it would take you about 25 minutes drive to get down to the city of Atlanta. So one of the great things about Sandy Springs is where it's located. It's a really nice, easy drive to get down to the city of Atlanta. For those of you who are wondering, Matthew, what would be the travel time? Let's say I wanted to go to a Braves game in Marietta at the Truist Park because we like to go to baseball games, my family and I. Where's the stadium located? The Braves Stadium is located right here in the Marietta area. Really close to Sandy Springs, so it's a nice, easy drive to get there. It's less than a 20-minute drive to get to the Truist Park if you did want to go to a Braves game. Also, the Atlanta airport is just a little south of downtown Atlanta. It's right about here in this area. So if you're going to drive from Sandy Springs, you had to go to the airport. The airport is roughly around about a 30-minute drive, give or take, especially if you are traveling at different times of the day. We would encourage you to take a look at the different traffic patterns here on Google Maps just to verify that, especially if you did have to travel to the airport a lot due to work. And another area that a lot of buyers will ask us where the location is Lake Lanier. And Lake Lanier is directly north of Sandy Springs. You would just go up Highway 400, also known as 19,
and take that directly north into the Cumming, Georgia area right here. And if you were going to go to the lake somewhere on the southern tip here in Cumming, or maybe in Buford, to get to the lake is about 35 minutes. So again, it's not really that bad of a drive. If you did want to enjoy the lake life, if you want to go boating and fishing and you're wondering, Matthew, where's the closest lake to us? If we lived in Sandy Springs, we would recommend that you check out Lake Lanier.
By the way, my name is Matthew. I'm a real estate agent here in Georgia. I also moved to Georgia from Florida over 16 years ago and been living ever since. And welcome to my channel, North Georgia Life, where we cover everything there is to know about living in North Georgia and surrounding suburbs, including the best neighborhoods, things to do, so you get a really good idea of what it's like living here. Make sure you subscribe below so you'll be the first to learn about the current market here in Sandy Springs, Georgia. My team and I love helping people just like you make a move here, even if that's in 5 days or 9 months. So give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. You can even schedule a Zoom call with us. All our contact information is right here on the screen. We'd love to help you make a smooth move here to Sandy Springs or one of the surrounding suburbs.
I want to show you some of the different arteries and highways you should be familiar with, especially if you're living in Sandy Springs. It will make it much easier for you to get around the area. Again, if you're coming out of Atlanta, you would come up 400 right here, also known as 19. And you have 285. This is I-285, which is a major highway that really goes around all of Atlanta. And also you would continue north on 400 if you'd like to take some of these exits here, or you just want to access the northern part of Sandy Springs. If you did jump on 285, then you could take this exit here, which is also known as Highway 9. And part of Highway 9 does turn into Roswell Road inside Sandy Springs. Now, once you get inside Sandy Springs, what are some of the main roads you should be aware of? This road here is called Johnson Ferry Road. This comes out of Marietta, also the East Cobb area, and travels this way through the heart of downtown Sandy Springs and then continues this way. This road there is called Johnson Ferry Road. From this direction here, if you stayed on the northern part after you came off of Johnson Ferry right here, this is called Abernathy Road, and Abernathy Road goes all the way this way into the Dunwoody area. And then you have this road here. This is another nice road that you could take. This is called Mount Vernon Highway. This goes into the heart of Sandy Springs, and then in this direction, and then continues going in this direction, Mount Vernon Road into the Dunwoody area. You also have this road here. This is another road that's really good to take if you want to go east and west. That's called Hammond Drive. And again, this road here is known as Highway 9. And when you do get about this part right here of Sandy Springs, it does turn into Roswell Road. And as you travel further north, it turns back into Highway 9, which would take you north, and that would take you towards Roswell. So those are all the different roads we'd recommend you take a look at, especially if you're looking at some homes online and you're just wondering, what are the best roads to be around, especially if you're looking at some neighborhoods or houses in Sandy Springs. We highly recommend to be close to some of those roads or near those roads. It makes it much easier to get around Sandy Springs, and also just to get around if you want to travel down to the city of Atlanta. Another thing that the residents that live in Sandy Springs really get to enjoy is the MARTA station. And the MARTA station is right over here. It's called the Sandy Springs MARTA station. This really allows residents to save them time and money to use the MARTA station, especially if they want to travel into the city of Atlanta, maybe just for the day, or maybe they want to go to one of the football games down in the city, or they just want to, maybe they work in the city and their office is close to the MARTA station. They can park at the MARTA and they can travel on the MARTA. Again, save some time and money. They don't have to worry about the congestion there in downtown Atlanta. They don't have to worry about parking. And also the parking at the MARTA station is free as long as you don't park there for longer than 24 hours. So if you're just there for the day and you come back, parking is free at the MARTA station. So Sandy Springs MARTA is definitely a great feature about living in Sandy Springs. If you did want to use the public transportation, you had the MARTA station really close to where you live there in the Sandy Springs area. Okay, let's jump over to niche.com. This is a website that we like to share with our buyers. It's a third-party website. That just gives you a nice high overview of what the overall grade that they give different suburbs. So I pulled up Sandy Springs. Niche.com says that Sandy Springs is number 9 in the best cities to retire in Atlanta. They gave it an overall A+, and this is where they broke down their grade. They gave it an A- for public schools, gave it a C+ for housing, gave it an A for good for families, gave it a B- for crime and safety, gave it an A for nightlife, and also gave it an A for diversity. Also, niche.com says right here in the paragraph that many families and young professionals live in Sandy Springs. And that's one of the things that we do here because of the different type of mix of city and suburban life. Families and young professionals really get to enjoy the Sandy Springs area, especially that it offers that nice blend of city and suburban life. It says here the population in Sandy Springs of residents that live there is a little bit over 107,000 people. It says the median home value in Sandy Springs is $583,900. If you did decide to rent in Sandy Springs, it would cost you a little bit over $1,700 a month. And this does the breakdown of renters versus owners in Sandy Springs. It says that 49% of the people there rent and 51% of the people there own their own home. It's like scrolling down here again, some other rankings that niche.com gave Sandy Springs. Again, number 9 out of 229 best cities to retire in America. Best cities to live in America is number 14 out of 229, and best cities to raise a family in America, number 16 out of 229. Again, this is the map of the area that we're going to be discussing. Here's their score in regards to public schools. Gave it an A+. Again, crime and safety, this is the breakdown for their B-. Residence diversity, gave it an A. Working in Sandy Springs, gave it a B+. The median household income is a little bit over $101,000 annually a year. So that's the niche.com overall grade, again of a B+. Also, one of the things we always encourage our buyers, if you are looking at a specific home because of the school district that home is in, make sure you check out schooldigger.com or one of those websites. Check out any ratings of any schools before you make a decision on making an offer on a home. Okay, let's jump back over here to the map. Let's take a look at Sandy Springs. You've been hearing a lot about Sandy Springs and everything it has to offer. I do want to highlight the downtown area. The downtown area for Sandy Springs is called City Springs. It's right here on Roswell Road, close to Mount Vernon, and also Johnson Ferry Road, where it all connects there. Just want to show you some of the pictures of the downtown area. Again, it's called City Springs. Got a nice walking area there. Got a nice green space. Also, they do have the Performance Arts Center really nearby here. They also have the Sandy Springs City Hall, nice water fountains, people to walk around. They also have a nice area here on the green space, which is called the City Green, where they can have outside concerts. They have musicals there, a lot of festivals, outdoor movies there. So you can see this is a really active and vibrant downtown area that a lot of people that live in Sandy Springs really get to enjoy. Just want to click here on the City Green, which is the green space area here in the downtown area. Just want to show you some of the pictures so you can see what it looks like. Again, this is where they have a lot of concerts, movie night, a lot of green space, so you can bring your kiddos, your dogs to really enjoy the area there. And also right here is the Performance Arts Center, where they have a lot of different plays and theater that you can really enjoy yourself if you do enjoy going to a play or theater. So everything that you can think of is right here in the area, in the City Springs area. Also, they have several different restaurants and stores. They have a farmer's market here in this area. And also it does have several different type of businesses, and also they do have some residential like apartment condos and also some luxury apartments, but they do have some luxury condos here in the area. If you're looking for that type of city feel, this would be one of the areas that we'd tell you to check out, being really close to the City Springs area. Now, if you're asking yourself, well, Matthew, that's great. There's some stores there. Where's the closest mall if I lived in Sandy Springs? And the closest mall is right over here. It's called the Perimeter Center. There is a really large mall right there at the Perimeter Center. Just want to show you the Perimeter Center there, because a lot of times people are asking us, Matthew, where is the closest mall if we just want to travel where we don't really want to go into the city? Again, it's right here called the Perimeter Mall. There's several different stores in the Perimeter Mall, so that would be your closest mall if you were wondering if you wanted to go shopping. And also there are Costco, wholesale right here. You got Target. You have several different stores too if you did want to go shopping. If you didn't want to go shopping right here in the Sandy Springs area, it has a lot of different options right there in the Perimeter Center. It's called for you and your family. Now you might be saying, Matthew, what are some of the suburbs around Sandy Springs that would be close to my family and I if we did decide to move into the Sandy Springs area? The closest suburb next to you would be called Dunwoody, which is just a little bit north of the Perimeter Center mall area that we just showed you here on the map. Also, you have Marietta. Part of Marietta is called East Cobb, and East Cobb and Marietta really borders Sandy Springs. The Chattahoochee River here that winds through this area here is really the border between Sandy Springs and East Cobb, which is part of Marietta. North of you here, you have Roswell. Also, south of you have the Brookhaven area. You have the Buckhead area. Here's Chamblee area here. And also you have the Bindings here, which is another really active and vibrant suburb. So those would be the main suburbs around you if you're just wondering, Matthew, what are the suburbs that are around us if we did decide to live in Sandy Springs? Also, I'd recommend that you check out our playlists here on our YouTube channel. We have other great videos just like this one with great content about some of these suburbs I just shared with you about living these suburbs. Just if you want to get a feel of what it's like to live in one of these other suburbs. If you weren't completely sold on Sandy Springs, make sure you check out our playlist. We have really a lot of videos there. Again, as I shared with you, some great content for you to watch about living in some of these other suburbs. Now, for those of you who are looking to move to Sandy Springs, maybe you're coming in from another state and you're looking for a career change, or maybe you're just looking for employment, Sandy Springs definitely has a lot of opportunity here. You have some major Fortune 500 companies here in Sandy Springs. You get some major corporation that has headquarters right here in Sandy Springs. So you have a lot of different opportunities here. Some of the companies here in Sandy Springs that you might be able to check out if you're looking for employment are in the finance sector, healthcare sector. Also, they're in the IT sector and also logistics sector. Also, we do have a major healthcare hospital network right here, which is really close to Sandy Springs. It's called the Pill Mill. It's actually a network of 3 main hospitals really close to you here in Sandy Springs. The 3 hospitals is the Northside Hospital, Atlanta, also Emory St. Joseph Hospital, and also Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. Also, you have several other doctors and specialists that have offices around the area here. So if you are interested in getting into healthcare, or maybe you're already in healthcare, maybe if you're a doctor or a nurse, you're a specialist, or just someone who wants to get into healthcare, this area here has plenty of opportunity, of healthcare opportunity. And also for those of you who might need to go to the hospital and your loved ones have to come and visit you here, you have several different hotels right around the area here. So if they had to stay overnight, they have plenty of different hotels right here. And also you do have the MARTA station at Sandy Springs MARTA station to help out with any type of transportation if you could travel on the MARTA station to get to this healthcare network. Again, it's called the Pill Mill Hospital Network. Okay, let's take a look at some of the restaurants here in Sandy Springs. If you love to eat as much as I do, you're really going to enjoy the different restaurant options here in Sandy Springs. As I shared with you, as you saw on niche.com, the diversity of people that live here, it's really a well-diverse group of people. And with that, you got a lot of different diversity of all types of different food that you can taste and try here in the Sandy Springs area. Just want to point out a couple of the restaurants you can see here. This is right down in the downtown area, right on Roswell Road, Johnson Ferry Road. and Mount Vernon Highway. You have several different restaurants that you can try. You got some cafes here. You got some seafood and oyster bars right here in the area. Also, just a little bit over on 285 here, you got the Ray's on the River restaurant. This is a really nice established restaurant on the Chattahoochee River. Got some really nice, beautiful scenic views if you want to sit out on the patio on a nice, beautiful day. Enjoy a nice, delicious meal. Well known for the award-winning steaks and fresh seafood. Again, with nice scenic views. Got a nice garden out here. So if you want to take a nice day out by the river and you want to have a nice meal, we would highly recommend that you check out Ray's on the River right here in the Sandy Springs area. Now I want to show you some of the outdoor activities that's available here in Sandy Springs. You have several different parks, as you can see here on the map. You get several different trails here in Sandy Springs. You also do have the Chattahoochee River right here. So if you want to go along the river, maybe kayak, canoe, maybe want to fish, you have the Chattahoochee River here, right, that goes through the Sandy Springs area. But just want to show you a couple of the different parks here in Sandy Springs. The first one is called Morgan Falls Overlook Park. Again, this also has some nice stunning views of the Chattahoochee River. Got some nice walking trails that you can really enjoy here. Some nice little picnic areas. Got some kayaking here. And also people can come to enjoy fishing here on the pier. Also people like to bring their dogs and their family. So this is a really nice park. We recommend you take a look at Morgan Falls Overlook Park. Scroll in here a little bit more. Just want to take a look at the Abernathy Greenway Park. This is another really nice park. Actually, this park has walking and biking. Also has some nice art illustrations here that you can really walk and enjoy. Get the kiddos. They can enjoy the swings, enjoy the different activities. Got a nice little playground for the kiddos to really enjoy themselves. So this is another park that we recommend you take a look at. And then the last park again, as I shared with you earlier, is the City Green at City Springs area. Again, this is the nice park inside the city that a lot of the people come out to enjoy and enjoy themselves during the day, and also in the evening have a lot of concerts and music festivals there. So those would be a couple of the parks that we would recommend that you take a look at. Again, you have several other parks. Got some parks along the Chattahoochee Trail, but those are some really nice parks. Also, if you go a little bit north of the Sandy Springs area, up closer towards the Roswell area, you also have some other parks and trails along the Chattahoochee River. I want to jump over to this screen view of this Sandy Springs master plan. These are all the different trails here in Sandy Springs. The reason why I want to show you this is that right now they're in the process of connecting Sandy Springs with Dunwoody, and also connecting Sandy Springs and Dunwoody with the Buckhead. They're actually connecting it. It's called the Path 400 Trails, and it's a multi-use trail. Again, that's extending all the way from Buckhead up to Sandy Springs and also over to the Dunwoody area. So I just want to show that to you because they are really doing a lot of great things here in Sandy Springs, especially incorporating trails and incorporating some of the surrounding suburbs with regards to their parks and trails with each other. So it will allow you to be able to travel and maybe bike and hike and just enjoy, do some walking in between these different suburbs once the Path 400 is completely developed, but they are in the process of doing that right at this time. The other thing that we hear from our residents that live here in Sandy Springs is that Sandy Springs is also a swim and tennis focused type of community. And what that means is that when you're looking at some of the homes here in Sandy Springs, you're going to see some communities that have some really great amenities, from tennis courts and swimming pools, that you have a lot of different activities. You might even have some teams. So it's really part of the overall community. A lot of people really get to know each other, get to know their families and their kiddos through the swim and tennis focused type of activities here in Sandy Springs. And also they do have some swim and tennis clubs and centers. The clubs are private, but they do have some centers. If for some reason, if you lived in, let's say on the southern part of Sandy Springs, where you lived in a condo or townhome, they didn't have the swimming pool or tennis court, you can get involved in one of those centers or private clubs that offer swim and tennis here in Sandy Springs. Okay, let's jump over here to FMLS. I did a little search of some different homes and also some townhomes here in Sandy Springs. That's one of the things that you're going to see when you do some home search, especially if you're closer to the city part of Sandy Springs, like the southern part. You're going to have more option in regards to townhome or condo towers that you could live in. Also here in Sandy Springs, you will see that some of the townhome and towers and condo towers, and also some of the homes were built a little bit older in age, so you'll have a little bit older communities and towers to look at. Also, some of the homes here, based on certain type of price points, you might see that the homes that you look at are like, oh, they're really nice, they have some really great bones, really good flow, but they seem like they need some updating, and that's what we do see here in Sandy Springs until you get to a certain price point where you'll start to see a higher price point of homes and townhomes and condos that have been renovated and they are moved in ready. They have the higher end finishes, but that does push you up into a higher price point when you are looking at certain type of homes and also townhomes and condos here in the Sandy Springs area. So I just want to look at some of these homes and townhomes here in Sandy Springs. Again, I didn't do any particular search or criteria, but let's pull up this one. This is a home here really close to the downtown area of Sandy Springs that we're looking at. This home is in the Mount Terre community. It is listed for $649,977. Now this would be a home, when we look at the pictures, would be one of the homes that is built in 1960, has some really nice bones, but does need some updates. But in this price point with this type of home, you'll be able to get a nice home with nice bones, and then you'll be able to do the updates. But you'll see that in the pictures. This is an example of one of those older homes that gives you the opportunity to do your own updating. It's a total of 4-bedroom, 3 full baths. It has a little bit over 2,700 square feet. Again, it was built in 1960, and it sits on almost a half of an acre. And also, take a look here, it does have a basement. It says it's finished. And this home is not in a homeowner association, so you don't have to worry about HOA dues or homeowner restrictions and covenants. So let's take a look at the house here. Nice 2-car garage, nice hardwood floors, nice open floor plan. But as you can see here with the kitchen, nice bones, nice open floor plan, a lot that you could do here. But you'd have to update the cabinets, countertops, the appliances, but really gives you a nice clean slate, especially if you want to live in Sandy Springs. You can do your own updates to this type of home. So let's click back out. Let's take a look at the next one here on the map. Now, this one is on the southern part of Sandy Springs. It's in the Winter Estates community. It's listed for $979,000. It has a total of 4 bedrooms, 2 full baths, and 2 half baths. Has a little bit over 3,800 square feet. That does include the basement area, built in 1972. And it's on a little bit more than a half acre. It looks like it's 0.749 of an acre. Again, it does have a basement. This says here that the basement is stubbed, so we'll have to see if it actually is completed. And this home says it's not in a homeowner association, but you have a nice, beautiful home here, especially in the southern part of Sandy Springs. Gives you some nice pictures of the landscaping, brick stone, nice walking area, nice garden, beautiful backyard to be able to walk on, enjoy yourself during the day. Let's take a look at some of the inside of the house here. Showing you the driveway, back garage, nice outdoor patio. So here's the inside of the house. Nice fire brick in the family room. As you can see here, this kitchen is more updated than the other kitchen that we saw. Already has nice cabinets, got the granite countertop, stainless steel appliances. So as you can see, as you go up in price here in Sandy Springs, you got more of the houses that have been updated. As you go lower in price, you're going to see houses that do need to be updated as compared to houses that are priced a little bit more here in the Sandy Springs area. And the last one here I'd like to show you is actually a townhome. It's in the Reddington community. It's listed for $789,900. It actually has about 3,600 square feet. It was built in 2002. Has a total of 3 bedrooms, 3 full bathrooms, and it has a half bath. And you'll see that this has a really nice inside, and also all your townhomes and also your condos will have homeowner association fees and dues and covenants that should take a look at in regards to if you're looking at purchasing a townhome or condo. Nice beautiful townhome here. Nice open floor plan. Really nice modern look. Clean finishes. Nice beautiful sitting area. Nice outdoor area. Family room here. Dining room. Got a kitchen with nice stone counters. Nice white cabinets. Stainless steel appliances. So I just want to show you some of the home options here in Sandy Springs. As I shared with you, you do have several different home options, from townhomes to condo towers that you can live in, or if you did want to live in a single family home, you do have those options. So that's one of the things that people really enjoy about living in Sandy Springs, is all different home options that's available here in the Sandy Springs area.
So if you're looking for a community that has a mixture of city and suburban life, packed with amenities, and also is a short commute to the city of Atlanta, then Sandy Springs checks all those boxes in today's video. Whether you're planning to move here in 5 days or 9 months, or you're just exploring the idea, my team and I are here to help you every step of the way. So whenever you're ready, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. All our contact information is right here on the screen. Down in the description below, you can find a link to our Zoom calendar if you'd like to schedule a Zoom call with us. Make sure you take a look at our playlist with other great videos just like this one, with great content about living in Sandy Springs or one of the surrounding suburbs. And until next time, as you always say here on our channel, North Georgia Life, we make the world a better place, one person, one family, one investor at a time, through the power of real estate.